with ExPandable Academy taking on Chinese Takeout Academy. Today, I am joined by the lovely Kojakx. How you do?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great. Well, of course, we will be watching two teams who currently don't have the best win rate. ExPandable Academy, of course, at 2-8, while Chinese Takeout is at 3-7. But Chinese Takeout Academy is a newer team to Owlet, and they're going to be looking to try and make a statement and show that, hey, they can really get this win. Now, Kojakx, you're obviously a coach for ExPandable Academy. What do you think ExPandable Academy needs to work on if they want to take a win over Chinese Takeout? What do they need to do?
I think if we really need to take this win, we need to focus more on comms, clear comms a little more. That helps with any team really overall. A big part of it is that comms are clustered, people get off topic, etc. I'm honestly very excited for this game. Both teams are on the same SR, and I'm honestly excited to see what these two teams have brought on the stage too. ExPandable Academy has picked up ZD and Infinite Soul, while from what I remember, Chinese Takeout Academy has picked up Gibraltar.
Of course, both ZD and GazerPazerP going to be playing on this first round on Oasis, and it'll be very interesting to see what comps we see. Of course, we see a lot of dive, some pharmacy, but hey, who knows? Maybe they'll just go goats, because when in doubt, goats it out.
Go goats. They might take some inspiration from Overwatch League comps, actually. That's what lots of teams have been doing in scrims, in my opinion. I'm honestly excited. Both teams are around 27, 2.8, 2.7. And it's going to be a great game, guys.
Definitely. And as we load up, it does look like both teams are going to be running a GOATS variation, but while ExPandable Academy prefers to run the Winston, Chinese Takeout Academy prefers to run the Reinhardt, so of course ExPandable should have a bit of an advantage being able to take that high ground. But here we go, the map is starting, and both teams going to be looking to get that first hold.
Yeah, ExPandable Academy coming out with floats, then just original vanilla goats from CTA actually.
Both teams going to be just doing some posturing here. The projectile bubble does get used early, but no value really coming out of it.
ZD falling low, ZD getting D-maxed by Zen. Lucio picking out the brig. Ren getting stunned. Winston just diving those tanks right now with the brig and Lucio. His Orb is down to Luxury Yacht. Winston diving that Zarya.
And a nice cleanup from None So Vile. What really won them that fight though was the fact that Pats used the projectile bubble on GazerPazer a bit too early, so he then didn't have it to save his main tank when the aggression came in from Dope Waffles and ZD.
You know, that's another big thing that goes into play here is when you use your bubbles as Zarya and Ghost, because that Winston's gonna see you None So Vile with a grab out, getting value off of it. Looks like everyone's going low. Zorp is really Dope Waffle pushing the Zorp off. They're overextending it, looks like.
And that will be a one team fight for ExPandable Academy. They did have to invest the grab and the primal rage, and they don't have any ultimates quite yet, although they will have the sound barrier and transcendence coming online soon. But Seven and Shinrakai will have them to match, as well as Azalea with that Brigida rally.
CTA has almost all their ults really well. ExPandable Academy barely owns any. They use that bubble, None So Vile, targeting that Reinhardt, melting him down, ZD finished him off. Sound barrier going off. Bomb and grab. Looks like it'll get two. Big bomb. ExPandable Academy's bomb being thrown out there. Not getting any value. Dope Waffle picking out 7. Sound barrier from CTA coming out. Zarya gets DMA'd by ZD. Brigitte still trying to fight that Lucio right there. Ends up taking him out. And that's going to be a hard reset for CTA.
However, they did get some ultimates out of ExPandable Academy, both support ults being used, so now Seven will be able to use this Transcendence for free as long as he gets it out before None So Vile's grab. Of course, Azalea gonna have the Brigida rally, as well as GazerPazer with the Earth Shatter. But Dope Waffles has the primal rage to maybe cause some disruption in the backline, but CTA has to get on early if they want to even have a chance. They use this Transcendence in the rally.
And grab. Earth Shattering gets 4 of them. swinging into there, gets nobody sadly. Azalea taking out Infinite Soul. Grabbed by Nunsuo coming out. They're shooting into it. Dope Waffles taking out Azalea. Trans coming out from Zenadine. Dope Waffles and Nunsuo pressuring those tanks. Looks like they get Diva out of mech. Nunsuo killing Reinhardt, just cleaning them all up. It looks like first point goes to EXPandable Academy.
And what really won them that fight there was the stacking of supportals from Seven and Azalea, where they popped with the Transcendence and the Rally at the same time, when really they probably only needed one of them for the engagement and could have the other to keep the team alive later on. And they're going to be looking to probably try and fix that mistake here on University.
I personally think that was cluster comms because normally teams don't overroll like that with two supportals at the same time. Again, what I'm going back to about people clearing comms a little more probably could have helped them in that fight.
Definitely, although we will be seeing Dope Waffle switching onto the Reinhardt. Of course, University, a lot less high ground to use, so a lot less value you're going to get as the Winston mirror matchup coming out from both teams.
We're going to see normal goats versus normal goats here. Let's see what Dope Waffle can do on this Reinhardt instead of the Winston now. Looks like they're all pushing up high ground while CTA rushes just the main point. Trying to fight someone, but they have no range, either of them. Zorba's are trying to swing, maybe get a few hits off, get some ult charge. Now, EXPandable Academy dropping the point, trying to get that Reinhardt in the back. Pats gets Dope Waffles and Zenadine. Brigitte stuns Infinite Soul. And they kill him. Pats kills Nensovile again.
It's just be clean up here on out for CTA, as they're going to get the D-Mech onto ZD and kill him. And Luxury running around on the point, but he's not going to get much value.
No, we didn't. Now he's probably going to get staggered because of that, actually. Or he made it out, actually.
Yep. But Small Squid will have the Diva Bomb online, as well as Azalea's Rally, and Gazer Pacer and Shinrakai very close to their ultimates. But Nenzovale has the Graviton to respond and wants to get out before the Lucio Sound Barrier if they want to win the fight. And there it is.
Bomb and Grab going out. Bomb getting no value, such as Shinraki taking out Dope Waffles. Looks like they're just pushing in, trying to clean up everyone now. It's going to be a soft reset for the EXPandable Academy.
Definitely, but EXPandable Academy only had to invest the Graviton Surge there, while Chinese Takeout used 3 ults in the Rally, the Diva Bomb, and the Earth Shatter.
Yeah, I think that's going to put EXPandable Academy with a good push coming up ahead. With that ult advantage, now they have no bomb to zone, no Rally, and no Earth Shatter. But they can charge Earth Shatter pretty fast with that Graviton Surge if they want to.
The key thing here for EXPandable Academy is making sure they get the support ults out later than Chinese Takeout, so that way they have a bit more healing and a bit more sustain. But there's an early Graviton, not going to force any support ults quite yet though.
Not getting anything. Trans coming out from EXPandable Academy, Shatter from Gazorpa's getting no value off of it, almost focused off the map. He's dashing Dope Waffles, gets picked off by Azalea, they're trying to push in. They wasted Trans and Rally for that fight. Zenadine being taken out by Shinraki. Yeah. Now they're just trying to clean up what they can in EXPandable Academy. With that Reinhardt back, and they have 5 out of 6 of their ults, they might actually get a good push here. Because all they have is the Sound Barrier and almost the Bomb and Grab.
They do have to be careful of the combo here though, but both Diva Bombs getting used early. Sound Barrier
DD killing 2 of them. Dope Waffles picks off the Ryan and that Azalea. Now they're just cleaning up that Zarya and Lucio. Very nice grab, honestly.
Definitely. But Pats has the Graviton Surge for the retake, and there's no support ults quite yet on the side of EXPandable Academy. So they need to get that Graviton Surge out before Zenadine can use the Transcendence.
I think they might actually bait the Transcendence with... either bait it with Shatter or Grab. Nunsuo taking out 2 of their supports right there. Nunsuo's not that high charge, it looks like. Still trying.
Definitely. Zenadine forces Transcendence because of the Graviton. Pat's dangerously low though.
Looks like they aren't gonna push in with those 2 picks on ExPandable Academy actually. Just be grab coming out from ExPandable Academy, transing it actually.
But a big Earth Shatter from Dope Waffles.
They get no picks off of it though. Infinite Soul just trying to clean up as the brick. And that's about guessing his rope is warp. Now they're pushing back and waiting for that Ryan because they know how valuable he is in this comp.
But now, with the Diva Bomb and Earth Shatter available on the side of Chinese Takeout, they're gonna want to look to combo those 2 ultimates, seeing as how there are no defensive ultimates available for ExPandable Academy, meaning they should be able to just walk right on over and get those kills no problem. But it all comes down to landing the Earth Shatter correctly.
Yeah, I imagine CTA is gonna try and combo this bomb and grab a bomb and Earth Shatter.
There's the Earth Shatter.
Grabbing. Bomb going out, Dope Waffles being able to block it. ZD is overextended, gets D-Mag. Bomb gets no value, but zones them out. Soundbarrier from CTA. Big shatter from Dope Waffles. Graviton Surge coming out from CTA, getting Nunsawile and ZD inside of it.
And it looks like it will be all Chinese Takeout Academy in the kill feed as they go ahead, clean up house. Nunsawile desperately going onto the Tracer, trying to touch, but it's not going to be in time as Chinese Takeout Academy evens the score up 1-1. It was a really nice play there by Pats getting the Graviton Surge. Even though it was only a 2-man, it was enough for Chinese Takeout to snowball that fight.
Yeah, I think the reason that they ended up winning that, honestly, was because they managed their ults better. They didn't start stacking support ults and panic, actually. Like, no teams did, but they both could have for sure held up some.
Definitely. However, we will be seeing Dope Waffle switching onto the Winston here, looking to abuse the high ground in the middle of point. Of course, much harder for Reinhardt to get up there, having to use the stairway when Winston can just sleep up there for free.
Going back to the floats, which actually works well for them.
And now both teams going to be going onto the point, but ExPandable Academy choosing to use the high ground as Small Squid goes up to contest, but just forced to go right back down.
Lucio being low, getting out of there actually. Diva, all of them are trying to get up top, but Nunsawile and ZD are just stopping it actually.
But a big boot from Shinrakai gets Luxury Yacht, and that's going to be the key for Chinese Takeout to just go full on in, and they're going to go ahead and just get all the kills.
First point going to CTA. That was a good fight. What really started it all was Azalea and Shinrakai pushing 2 of them off the map.
Definitely. Of course, the whip shot and the Lucio boop so powerful on this map, but Pat's 83% on the Graviton Surge, and there's going to be no defensive ultimates on the side of ExPandable Academy to counter it.
Unless they can charge up that Zenyatta real fast, but I doubt it since they are holding high ground right now. And just because that Diva and the Rhine barriers. Looks like they're trying to push through stairs. Such. They're just hopping straight to point. Yeah, all of them falling down trying to get out that Winston. Luxury got boops off 7. Shatter coming out from CTA. Bomb coming out from CTA as well. Picking up Dope Waffles once in a while.
And that's just going to be cleanup for Chinese Takeout. Now, you could argue that they over-ulted using all their tank ults as well as the Brigitte rally, but I think it was all worth it. The rally, of course, keeping the team alive with the extra armor, and the Earth Shatter forced the Transcendence out, which then allowed Pats and Small Squid to combo their Graviton and Bomb. So now they'll have both defensive ults, though.
They may actually get punished for that because they only have Soundbarrier and Zenyatta trans right now, but they're coming up on 4 of their ults.
Definitely. Of course, it'll all come down to Nunsawile and ZD comboing their ults correctly. And here we go. The engage happens with the rally from Infinite Soul.
Absorb shattering, but Soundbarrier comes out on both sides actually. Nunsawile might grab here actually when the armor fades out. Nunsawile grabbing on the pillar, but trans coming out. Bomb from Small Squid coming out, killing no person, but ZD ends up killing someone.
There's the Earth Shatter coming out from Dope, but it's not going to pick up anybody.
They're trying to get Trans goes out, trying to get that Reinhardt right now, but the Zarya bubble and Diva appeal are too strong. Because Zerp and Shinrake are down actually, and that's point going to Expandable Academy.
And what one Expandable Academy that fight was Zinedine holding that Transcendence until the very last second he had to use it, and he had that extra healing first team at the end, which just allowed them to walk all over Chinese Takeout. But they have to be careful of the Graviton Bomb combo. They have no defensive ults for it.
They have to be very careful pushing up this far, knowing that they have at least three ults up. Trying to get some charge off, and then so about getting high charge from that Fire Strike actually. Oh. Okay, sorry, I just lagged out a bunch.
And now, Chinese Takeout gonna be walking onto the point, using the rally early. There's this bomb from Small Squid, gonna pick up three, a massive play.
Amazing bomb from Small Squid on their part, honestly. Zinedine trying to hold point gets picked off by Small Squid. That bomb really won them that fight. If they did not get those 3 picks, then they would not have won that fight. That's really suave, but then grab it ends up like CTA takes Oasis.
And what really won them that fight in the whole map was their usage of ultimates. They always made sure they had the later defensive ultimate, and they always made sure that they weren't stacking them, which really just paid off. But here, this was a massive play at the beginning, a big boop from Shinrake, which it booped both the Brig and the Lucio off, and while only the Lucio died, the Brigitte was out of the fight. That just allowed them to clean up.
That's one major flaw about GOATs, is if one of your members, especially in GOATs versus GOATs, if one of your essential members dies, then they can essentially roll all over you, basically. Next map coming up is Gibraltar, actually. Excited to see
Of course, on Gibraltar, we'll probably be seeing a lot of dive. We saw Dope Waffles very much preferring to run that Winston Goats, so I wouldn't be surprised if they choose to run some sort of dive composition, maybe looking to use a Widowmaker or a Genji here.
Yeah, I feel like all 3 of those picks could be really viable on this map, even on defense with the Winston. I know it seems sort of weird to some players, but it actually doesn't work that bad if you can find out positioning right.
Definitely, however, it does seem that we are going to get a swap on the side of Chinese Takeout Academy, as Pats will be coming out for, I'm not quite sure actually, but they will be coming out. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that they were the Zarya. So it'll be very interesting to see what they choose to do here. Of course, Zarya, normally a DPS role, so maybe they're bringing in more of a Widowmaker specialist for Gibraltar.
I don't know who that is they're trying to swap out for Pats, actually. I saw them in the lobby earlier.
Anywho's, so of course, both teams had some strong showings on Oasis, but it was really Chinese Takeout's Academy coordination that won them the fight. But on a map like Gibraltar, where dive is more prominent, you don't need to be as coordinated, and the longer the fight takes, the better you're gonna be if you can really get away with those scrappy plays. So it'll be interesting to see how EXPandable does.
Press, are you ready? Okay. I feel like this is honestly going to be a real good game, because normally on control maps like that, it is essentially GOATs. But on this map, it could be way different because it's being an escort map. Especially with 3 very different points actually for them to capture.
Definitely. Alright, and here, of course, Gibraltar, like I said, very prominent for dive, and we saw very powerful Winston from Dope Waffles, but also a very powerful Diva from Small Squid. It'll be interesting to see, though, Gazer Pazer playing a Winston, of course, only playing Reinhardt on Oasis, but it does look like we'll be seeing a Widowmaker Genji composition. dive composition on both sides, but it'll be an Ana Lucio for Chinese Takeout, while it's a Mercy Zen for Expandable Academy.
Essentially a mirror comp here, actually. Besides the supports, like you said, this could actually be a very interesting game just because of this mirror comp, the Widow v Widow fights, etc. Seeing how the tanks would actually peel for each other.
But it's really going to come down to if Expandable Academy can all drop on the same discorded target, because if they can't, then the advantage is just going to go to Chinese Takeout, who has more healing overall.
Yeah, you're right, but they also have more mobility, which is going to be sort of bad in EXPA's position just because of that Widow who only has grappled to escape.
Definitely. Of course, some early shots coming out from Azalea, who immediately gets deflected into a body shot. So a bit low, but they're not going to be threatened too much as they do grab the mini health pack.
ZD and Dope Level just pushing them all off a platform. They're trying to push up, but end up falling back actually. You're waiting for those cooldowns. Nuts about picking out Azalea. Looks like they're still holding platform, they're waiting for them to dive. Well,
And that pick on Azalea should be the go-ahead for Expandable Academy to try and take this advantage, build some more ults. But it looks like they're just going to be letting Delium move the cart for free. Small Squid getting demexed, but still nothing being done about the cart as Delium is forced to back off.
yeah, they aren't pushing Kirk. They actually aren't dropping down the cart. As soon as you respect the Dragon Blade coming out from Infinite Soul, picking off 2. Azalea getting picks on Luxury Yacht and Infinite Soul. ZD finishing off the Liam. That's going to cost them to go back, waiting for their tank and their Genji to come back.
Of course, Dragon Blade got invested by Infinite Soul, allowing them to win that fight, but Luxury Yacht, the only person on the field right now with an ultimate in that Valkyrie, a great engaging ultimate, but on defense, maybe not as good. However, it will let them get a free resurrect off if need be.
Yeah, it looks like these two Widows are trying to pick each other off, actually. Gazorpazorp diving onto their backline, ZD picking up Gazorpazorp, but then Infinite Soul trading out the Liam for Luxury Yacht, actually. Dope and Infinite Soul by themselves on low ground, actually, hopping up near blue box and platform. Dope Waffle. That's causing them to all push back, actually.
And Gazer Pazer there, he over-aggressed quite a bit, going in without when the Diva wasn't quite ready, and so he didn't have that defense matrix to help keep him alive. And now both teams gonna have about 5 ultimates each. Gazer Pazer a bit behind with the Primal Rage, but he should be able to build it no problem to allow Chinese Takeout to have 6. And now it looks like they're engaging on the blue box, and there's the Dragon Blade from Dylan.
Nanoblade actually picking out None So Vile, that's it. ZD's bomb taking out Gazorpazorp though. Looks like he's trying to go for those healers in the back line. Luxury Yacht falling low, popping about. Daleem gets picked out. 7 taking out Xenodine actually.
Of course, very even fight right now. Both teams only down 1. The Chinese Takeout gonna back up a bit, wait for their respawns. That was a really nice play by ZD, using the Diva Bomb, so that way Dilem would back up a bit with that Nano Blade, because of course no one wants to be next to Diva Bomb that does 1,000 damage instantly.
Both Primals actually popping off there. Small Squid picking out that Mercy. Xorpazorp getting Infinite Soul, Diva being DMX. Looks like that's a fight practically won for CTA.
It does indeed seem that way, as it'll just be cleanup for Chinese Takeout. And now it looks like we will be seeing Expandable Academy switching on to a floats composition, but keeping the Genji because he's so close to that Dragon Blade, wanting to get some value or maybe just get the sound barrier out from Shinarakai.
Xenodine getting picked out by Azalea actually. They might actually just only use Dragon Blade this fight to bait out some support ults. Speaking that they only have 1 supportable here. All tanks fighting up and shit.
But of course, Nanoblade gonna be online very soon for Chinese Takeout Academy, and no defensive ults for Expandable, so this should just be a free fight one here for Chinese Takeout. And here we go. D-Bomb comes out from ZD, trying to deter Dilemma with that Nano Blade. He does have to back up a bit, but Azalea, a nice headshot onto Infinite Soul, who's also using his Dragon Blade. ZD, though, gonna return the favor with Gazer Pazer going down. Now Small Squid has the Diva Bomb before the re-engage, but Nunsavile has the Graviton Surge to respond. We're just gonna see here Azalea shooting down for free as Expandable Academy is on a full floats composition. Luxury Yacht and Nunsavile both have their ultimates here. It'll be interesting to see how they use them as Gazer Pazer forced to switch onto the Reinhardt. Because of course Ryan a bit more powerful against a floats composition. It will do that massive cleave damage with that Reinhardt hammer. And now we really do just have to see how they're going to play it out. And now it looks like an Ana Goats composition coming out from a Chinese Takeout. They're looking to aggress using the defense matrix to eat a bit of spam damage here, but no one really committing. Personal bubble from DLM is used, and that's the call for the Graviton Surge from Nunsavile, and just going to be cleanup from there on out for Expandable Academy. Of course, really nice usage of the Grav, noticing, hey, both bubbles got used. That's the go-ahead because they know there's going to be zero protection for the rest of Chinese Takeout. Now Nunsavile just going to keep staggering Small Squid, who's forced to use the Diva Bomb just to live. And that's a big mistake by Small Squid, but there's only 45 seconds left on the clock for Chinese Takeout, and they have only the Nano Boost to try and do anything, while there's 4 ultimates available for Expandable. So here we go. Chinese Takeout aggressing a little bit, but the Transcendence from Zinedine allows Expandable to just walk all over them. Nano Boost comes out to respond, but he's going to get stunned and moved away. Gazer Pazer, but there's an Earth Shatter. It's big, but Luxury Yacht has a sound barrier to keep his team alive. Shamrock Guy coming out slightly after, and Gazer Pazer going to be the first to fall, but no one else is going to die quite yet. Dope Waffles there has the Primal Rage if he wants to live longer, and there's a nice Graviton Surge followed by the Diva Bomb, but it's not even needed as he picks up 2, but that's just going to be the map, or the round, sorry, as Expandable Academy going to hold Chinese Takeout on that second point. Now, don't worry, guys. Kojakx will be back with us shortly. His Wi-Fi just crashed. No big deal. Now, we saw a powerful dive composition from both teams, but it seemed like Azalea had the upper hand in that Widowmaker duel, and I think they need to keep using that, the fact that they can consistently land those headshots. But of course, on that floats composition, you had the Winston bubble and the Diva defense matrix that just ate all of 7's shots on that Ana. He really got no value, and that was a lot of healing missing. So I think if they want to run that Goats composition, they need to run with a Zenyatta, not an Ana, because yeah, it's a lot less healing, but at least it's consistent heal. Alrighty, now both teams gonna be loading in. We're gonna be seeing a floats composition on the side of Chinese Takeout, while Expandable Academy ready to get a Rissa Hog, maybe looking to just get an early pull hook right off the start, and then switching possibly to a dive composition. Of course, Zinedine, we see him on the support a lot. He's probably just using that Hanzo, get a Sonic Arrow, do some scouting, but it's not going to get any value against the floats composition that's set up on blue box.
Hello?
Hello, Kojakx. Welcome.
I'm back after a small problem with my Wi-Fi.
We will see how Expandable Academy is going to deal with this floats composition on the side of Chinese Takeout. The pull, not going to get anything. And now Winston going to move up a bit. Get a bit of scouting for his team. He sees the Zenyatta from Zinedine. And of course, we're just seeing a Widow Genji dive on the side of Expandable. Now, they're just going to stage a bit here in Catwalk. No one really committing anything. You don't want to waste your resources too early in a fight, of course. That could spell doom. Now, here's the aggression from Dope Waffles, using that leap and bubble to get on the platform. He's just going to be bullied away by Gazer Pazer. And it looks like Chinese Takeout Academy just going to hold the platform while Expandable moves the point underneath Car Wash. Now, here's the full commit from Dope Waffles. Immediately stunned, dropping dangerously low. No support right now, but he's going to back up as well as ZD. And it just looks like Chinese Takeout going to be positioning on that blue box. So powerful, of course, giving you wide sight lines all around the map. But Nunsavile, he uses the Infrasight early, gives his team a good idea of where everyone is. And GeyserPazer over-aggressing a bit there as he gets punished for that dive. But he's going to be the only one to go down. Small Squid backing up here, 80% on that bomb. If he can build it, that could be huge. But here, Dope Waffle is also diving too far in, gets immediately break stunned and discorded, and he's going to die early. Now, both teams really just kind of standing around waiting for their main tanks to respawn. Dope Waffle's going to be the last to come here, and now we're going to be seeing GeyserPazer committing a little bit using that bubble, but he's not going to get anything out of it as he's just going to set up on the blue box. Now, there's a leap from Dope Waffles. No kills off of it. And he's full control of the blue box. But here's the Dragon Blade responded to by both the Transcendence and the Sound Barrier. A bit of an overcommitment here.
Picking out non-survival with that Primal Rage actually. Still going for someone. Unfortunately getting nobody here. Falling back to his team actually. Trying to get ZD out of there. ZD has bomb. They have 3 ults coming up for EXPandable Academy and only 2 coming up for CTA.
Does indeed seem that way. And now it looks like EXPandable Academy going to be switching onto a floats composition, or at least a variant. Nope, they're just going to be going good old Zenyatta Goats. Where, of course, Ryan, you have that hammer. You just get to swing all over the Winston. Zinedine and ZD, though, will both have their ultimates, but Small Squid and Azalea will have theirs. So Chinese Takeout looking to get that grab bomb combo. It's very powerful, and there's not going to be a sound barrier to protect from it on the side of EXPandable.
Looks like they're trying to hop on the blue box, actually, just trying to get them all to fall off.
Seems that way indeed. They're going to take the high ground here, and that's a big advantage for them.
Falling down, grab coming in from Azalea, but transing it. Bomb also coming out from Chinese Takeout Academy, picking out an Unsavile. Bomb going out for EXPandable Academy as well, picking out 7. Dope Waffle was picking out that Lucio. These Herbs are trying to contest point, but Ryan's swinging his hammer.
That should be a win fight. One fight for EXPandable Academy. Regina Rally being used at the very end to confirm the win. That was a really nice play there by all of EXPandable. ZD used the Diva Bomb, and they burnt the bubble, Winston bubble, which was on top of it, allowing it to pick up 7, as well as D-Max Small Squid. And now, they're going to look to get some kills as the rest of Chinese Takeout Academy was stuck with the bad spot. But Dope Waffles getting booped all the way back into Chinese Takeout's team, and he's just going to die right away. And now this should be the aggression for Chinese Takeout.
Looks like Nunso was holding back to Zarya, actually. They're falling back just because everyone got picked out, really. They're coming up with Shatter, then nearly ZD, then nearly Bomb, and also Rally. But CTA has most of their ults up, actually, besides that Primal Rage.
Of course, their Shatter not going to get a lot of value when there's so many shields in place and a lot of people using that high ground. GeyserPazer with the leap, not going to get anything off it.
Because Herbs are hopping up high ground, realizing they're pushing back, goes back. Maybe Diva's playing an alternate high ground, actually. Dropping down, actually. Shatter coming out, getting 2 people, actually. A Sound Barrier and Rally went out. Grab and Bomb coming out from Chinese Takeout Academy. Picking out that Reinhardt, Zilly taking out Infinite Soul. I think that Chinese Takeout Academy over-ulted that fight, because, yeah, now they have no ults coming into that fight.
Definitely, the Primal Rage definitely not needed, and it would have been huge if Geyser had it, so that way he could throw around the rest of EXPandable later on, and allowed his team to build ultimates, but that's not going to be the case. Now you have the Grab Bomb combo, as well as both of your defensive ultimates if you're EXPandable, and this should just be a free win for you.
Yeah, essentially, if you don't over-ult this fight, then they can win, actually. Maybe even this round, actually, this whole game, actually, because they are nearly close to the next point that they have to go to. Lucio splitting them all apart, pushing them off high ground.
Definitely. And here, though, Azalea already 60% on that Graviton, so not too bad at all. And then Survival, though, dropping early as well as Infinite Soul. A nice play by Delium and the Small Squid. And EXPandable Academy now only has one more fight to try and make something happen.
I think, and this is honestly not looking that great for EXPandable Academy because Delium and Azalea are coming up on their ults, and also Small Squids is at 60. But they do have a grab and a transcendence coming up. Both support ults, actually.
They do indeed. Azalea 85% on that Graviton Surge. But there's Nunso Vials.
Bomb coming out from ZD. Will just pick off somebody. Picks off 3 people. 2 of the supports and Azalea, actually. Looks like they're pushing up, trying to get some last second picks. One person only on Cargo.
And that's a big stagger, of course, with the overtime respawns now in play. No one wants to die here, but it looks like EXPandable Academy about to be able to take the final point. Both defensive ults available, and here's the Brigida rally, and there we go.
That's about getting Shinkari, actually. Infinite Soul picking out D.Va, Shatter coming out, Nunso trying to pick off Zarya, actually. Trans coming out.
Rally this has to be where they win it.
This fight chooses who wins this map. 2 picks. The Storms are falling back, getting picked off. That looks like a win from EXPandable Academy.
And again, what really wanted for them was 7 being staggered with that overtime respawn. There was just no way he was going to get back in time with that Transcendence. And from there on out, everyone was just dying one by one on the side of CTA.
That was actually a very good game. This was honestly a very good placed bomb right here, if it's the one that I'm thinking of. See, both of these bombs actually were helping a lot on EXPandable Academy's part, picking out those essential targets that help them win those fights, actually.
Definitely. However, what was really important was ZD on that D.Va. He always had the defense matrix, so that way they didn't eat too much spam damage, and that of course makes it very hard for 7 on that Zenyatta to be able to build the Transcendence quickly, and it's just so important that you have the Transcendence advantage. However, our next map is going to be, let me double check, Volskaya Industries. Now, Volskaya Industries, very popular GOATS map, but we've also seen some quad DPS comps in Overwatch League. However, we'll get back to you in just after this short break with Volskaya Industries. And welcome back, guys, to the Chinese Takeout Academy versus EXPandable Academy match. We will be going on to Volskaya here with some substitutions in place. DLM coming out for Pats and Azalea coming out for Echo. So it'll be very interesting to see how it works. Of course, DLM was the Genji and Azalea the Widow, but Azalea did get played on Oasis, had a very powerful, I believe it was D.Va. No, Brig. Yeah, they were the Brig player. It was very powerful. It'll be interesting to see how Echo and Pats choose to fill their shoes. Maybe we see a quad DPS comp. Maybe we see some GOATs come out. However, on the side of EXPandable Academy, does not look like we will be seeing any changes as they keep their core 6 roster. It'll be just interesting to see what they run. Kojakx, what can we expect?
I personally really like Volskaya just because of all like the different comps you can run. very common is has been triple DPS lately. That would actually be very exciting to see. Also, it's a very popular ghost map because you do have a bunch of options and chokes to run through. Then, if you really want, you could run a symmetric comp and teleport on the left side, but I'm pretty sure we won't be seeing any of that.
True, true. Lots of options, lots of options. Of course, something I like to do is play a Sombra to start, scout, get a bit of an idea what you're going up against. But you never know. You never know.
Yeah, because then you could swap accordingly just because of like the variety of comps that work on this map actually.
And now 7 seconds remain. We're about to see what the teams are going to be running. Chinese Takeout Academy on the left in blue, EXPandable Academy on the right in red. And it looks like Chinese Takeout going to be running a classic Zenyatta Goats composition, while EXPandable Academy switching things up a bit, running a Sombra Doomfist comp. Not very popular anymore. Of course, we saw Team Canada run it in the Overwatch world. It was considered very anti-Goats before Doomfist got nerfed. But wait, no, Infinite Soul going to be swapping back onto the Zarya. So maybe just a troll pick. Maybe Nunsavile going to go out and scout with that Sombra. Who knows?
I feel like if they do end up scouting, he would end up swapping off a Doomfist actually. Doomfist, in my opinion, is really bad against Goats just because of that D.Va and Zarya. Especially with Zen Goats actually.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. Nunsavile gonna go out leading the charge, and everyone else not gonna quite follow. They're just gonna wait and spawn, see what he tells them, what they're going up against. But now that they have the information, it does look like they'll be going back to spawn and switching onto regular Zenyatta Goats comp. And now it'll be just Zen Goats versus Zen Goats.
Almost taking a luxury out there with that fire strike.
Fire strike comes out from both teams. Nothing really gotten, and there's an early personal bubble from Nunsavile. High charge right now and very dangerous.
Both teams are just trying to poke at each other, see whose barrier can break first actually. Both around Sweet and Dope Waffles getting very low. Smoke Squid almost out of mag. They're going through left side, just trying to ignore everybody. With CTA pushing back to point, holding that ground. Well, EXPandable Academy is holding up high ground, actually.
Of course, high ground advantage, very important in Overwatch, but Nunsavile already 80% on this Graviton Surge, about 10% lead on Pats. That'll be very important, but both the Zenyatta and the Lucio have their ultimates to counter Nunsavile's grab, should it come online.
They're both dropping down. Shatter from CTA, from EXPandable Academy. Deserves are actually taking out the Brigitte, but the Zen's not.
And there's a big deep bomb from Small Square. However, it does look like it should just be a one-team fight for EXPandable Academy. Oh wait, never mind. No. It looks like Dope Waffles is all alone on the point, and he's gonna die. So despite an incredible investment of ults on the side of EXPandable, using everything but their bomb and rally, Chinese Takeout is gonna come away with the win, still having their Transcendence and their Brigitte rally.
They might actually wait for the rally to get up and engage with the bomb, possibly. Both Reinhardts are pretty low on Shatter, actually. Same with Lucio ults.
Definitely, and there's the rally coming from Echo on the side of Chinese Takeout. Infinite Soul not going to have one to match, so instead, they're just going to go inside that room, trying to hide from all the poke damage. But here we see Gazer Pazer going in and getting a nice kill onto Luxury Yacht.
Looks like it's causing EXPandable Academy to actually push back right now. Pat's picking up Infinite Soul. Looks like they're just trying to clean this team up right now.
Of course, without a Lucio, Goats is so weak. You lose your main source of heals with that AoE, and then you also lose all mobility you might have with that speed boost, and it's not good. But Nunsavile gonna have his ultimate very soon, along with Dope Waffles, and that'll be 5 for EXPandable. While Chinese Takeout, they only have 4 right now, but Shinrakai can probably build his mid-fight. And here's the engage gonna come out from EXPandable Academy. They're using that room yet again, consistently wanting to avoid that damage. But Small Squid gonna follow them in with a D.Va bomb. Not going to get anything. Big Earth Shatter, though, from Gazer Pazer.
Gazer Pazer, Reserve is finishing everybody out there, honestly. 30 seconds left for EXPandable Academy. They might be able to push up one last team fight.
Maybe they will have the grab bomb combo, but Chinese Takeout gonna have all their support ult as well as the Graviton Surge, which could just be used to keep him off the point, and that looks like what Pats is trying to do here. Gonna try and use that grab to prevent anyone from even trying to touch the point. There's the grab, but gets negated by ZD on that Diva. But despite that, it will not matter, as EXPandable Academy not able to touch. And it looks like with that full hold, Chinese Takeout Academy in a very good position to try and win Volskaya Industries and go up 2-1 in the series. And now we're going to just be seeing both teams going back to their spawns, you know, thinking, what do we need to run here? Where EXPandable Academy, they have to find a comp that covers all their bases, while if Chinese Takeout Academy wants to experiment a little bit, maybe run a quad DPS, take some risks. They have plenty of time to do it. They only need one tick, and they have 4 minutes to get it. So a lot of options available on the table. But EXPandable Academy, they gotta be scared here. So 2 seconds remain. Let's see what each team's gonna run.
Looks like goats on both sides, actually. Winston goats coming out from EXPandable Academy right now.
Does indeed, and of course they're gonna be at a bit of a disadvantage. Reinhardt much better in the Goats v Goats matchup against the Winston, but Dope Waffles will be able to escape to plenty of high ground. Although Dope Waffles, maybe he's on that Winston expecting a quad DPS comp, but you never know. However, it probably will not pay off here, as they're just going to be going up against some regular Goats, and you know, it's really unfortunate for EXPandable as they're not in a good position to win this at all.
No, not looking at the comps, it looks like they will not win this actually, comp-wise, but they might actually pull something together.
Maybe. Now, EXPandable Academy all set up on this hut. Very smart positioning here, using that speed boost from Luxury Yacht on the Lucio to reach it. And now they have free high ground that Chinese Takeout Academy is going to struggle to reach. But they're forced to drop onto the point. Nice frag.
Dope Waffles falling low actually. They're picked off Infinite Soul there. Dope Waffles. Zergers are getting picked off. Both main tanks down on both sides actually. Diva's getting out of mech on the EXPandable Academy side. Doesn't look that great for them as of right now. Zinodine also falling down with Numbani and Luxury Yacht.
Of course, it all came down there, right, to Small Squid killing Infinite Soul on the Brigida. Brig, such a good point contester. Lots of sustain to live throughout. But he died really early there. And then that just allowed for Chinese Takeout to walk all over them. And here we're going to see Pats with a nice play of the game on that Zarya. Pats, of course, very instrumental player to the win. Very good on the Zarya, always maintaining a high charge, 47% average energy with 13 high energy kills. That is quite a bit. In Pats, though, he uses the grab at all the right moments. And that's just going to be key. That was just so key. He used the grab to prevent EXPandable Academy from touching. And it just allowed Chinese Takeout to be able to walk on over on first point, all for free. Now, our last map is going to be Numbani. Of course, we might go to Nepal if EXPandable Academy is able to tie up the score. But right now, things are not looking too good for them. So, I think we can expect to see a lot of floats compositions on each side. They both seem very confident on them. And it'll be interesting to see, though, how each team responds. Of course, Dope Waffles, he seems to favor that Winston over the Reinhardt, but Chinese Takeout Academy, they showed their prowess on it as well on Gibraltar defense. And while they did lose it, it was not because of poor play from them. It was just good play from EXPandable. So it'll be interesting to see how each team works this out. Now, as we load up Numbani very shortly, no swaps it seems on either side. Shinrakai gonna want to try and get as much value as he can on that Lucio. So important, especially on Numbani, where you have to cover all that open space. And if you're going up against a pharmacy or something, that can be very, very dangerous and very deadly if you're not able to avoid that damage. However, it'll be interesting. It's just going to be, you really can't say until you see what comps are on. Now, what really won CTA the fight was not only the pats on that Zarya, but it was also their ultimate rotation, where Expandable Academy, sometimes they were using both their support ultimates at the same time to deal with the same thing, such as Sound Barrier and Transcending for Graviton Surge, when really they only need to commit one of them. While Chinese Takeout Academy, they always use their ults one at a time, and they always made sure that they were getting the later support ults, and that's just so powerful, because by getting the later support ults, you're making sure your team's going to live longer. Because if you don't need to use it, then don't use it until the very last second, where you can just make sure you can go ahead and finish up on those kills using maybe the extra healing from Transcendence or those extra shields from Lucio's Sound Barrier. Now, we're going to load up Numbani, lots of high ground for a dive composition to run on. Pharmacies and Sombras are very, very popular here. But at the same time, you are at risk of going up against a Widowmaker, an Ashe, or a McCree, and just instantly getting deleted. And Sombras have fallen a lot out of the meta, with Brigida being so powerful. She can just stun you, and Divas can spy check you. It's so hard to get value on a Sombra, but when you do, oh, there's so much value. However, Kiwiu is going to be coming in for Gazer Pazer on the side of Chinese Takeout. Going to be running a Reinhardt Goats composition. Very interesting play from Chinese Takeout. Not going to use the high ground. Instead, just going to look to brawl it out on the point. While Expandable Academy, no subs, and they're going to be running that Winston Goats, also known as floats. So with that floats composition, they want to look to maintain the high ground control and just poke at Chinese Takeout until they get an obvious advantage, whether it's a bubble gets used or someone drops dangerously low. That's when they want to really commit in the fight, because if they just decide to fight it on point, Reinhardt gets so much more value with that massive hammer doing 75 HP a swing. Now it looks like Chinese Takeout going to be taking the high ground up here, trying to force Expandable Academy away. Expandable Academy going to be there to meet them. Bubble gets used, and a big kill from Dope Waffles onto Echo. Kiwi gets booped onto the low ground. He's going to be forced to back up, but no, Dope Waffles going to get the frag. Pats, though, responding likewise onto Zinedine. And Small Squid going to get demacked. A nice stagger from Dope. Now, no ultimates quite yet on either side. Dope Waffles leading the charge by quite a bit, though. 76%. But he's going to die early to Shinrakai. That's going to be the engage right there. Shinrakai, another kill on a Nunsu. Have you ever seen a Lucio so bloodthirsty? Now, it looks like Chinese Takeout Academy going to just walk all over this point, take complete advantage of it. If Expandable Academy can get their respawns in, they might be able to get a recontest here. And that looks like their plan here. Chinese Takeout has 2 ticks. Expandable Academy going to try and leap on, but they missed the leap. The bridge going to stop Dope Waffles from getting on. And now he's dangerously low, and Pat's just gonna farm him so close to that Graviton Surge. And Chinese Takeout just gonna take all this free space. 7 forced to use the Transcendence, a bit of a fat finger it looks like. Gonna heal up his team, and they want to try and get advantage with this. And there's a Graviton Surge. They know they don't have to worry about the Transcendence anymore. Shinrakai didn't quite have the Sound Barrier, and Dope Waffles and Unsurvivable just gonna be able to walk all over them. And this should be a 1 fight for Expandable. That was actually really clean play from Expandable. 7, Sally, he fat fingered that Transcendence. Small Squid gonna get staggered on that Diva, demacked, and that just, it's out. So unfortunate. Now, the big play here is going to be Pats on the Zarya trying to get value out of that Graviton Surge, which is going to be so hard against both the spoils. But a massive Earth Shatter comes out, forcing the Transcendence out, followed by the Graviton Surge. Not going to get a lot of value because the Transcendence keeping everyone alive. But there's a Diva Bomb, countered by the Sound Barrier. Rally gets used. But here's the Diva Bomb from ZD. Not going to find any value. 7 going to have the only kill on Infinite Soul right now, as it's looking like a very long and drawn out fight. Small Squid going to get demacked. Trying to even things up here is None So Vile. Still no kills on either side quite yet. 7 and Shrankai though both have their defensive ultimates. None So Vile has the grab though, so they have to make sure at least one of them holds onto it so that way they can respond. But the other one, they can just use it to walk all over them. Here's the rally from Infinite Soul. Gonna be looking to get the engage, but a massive Earth Shatter comes out. None So Vile though responds with the grab, but 7's there with the Transcendence to keep his team alive, but not before Echo goes down. This could be a one fight here for Expandable Academy. They just have to push in. Does look like that's what they're gonna do. Expandable Academy pushing up, forcing Chinese Takeout to back away. Pat's still keeping this high charge, which is very, very dangerous. And he's gonna have the Graviton Surge available. Small Squid gonna have that Diva Bomb very shortly, and they'll have the combo available. But Luxury does have the Sound Barrier, but Zinedine forced to use the Transcendence really early. That's not good. And now Pat's gonna want to look for the grab so he can get a kill. Now I am joined by Schtitle 24 to cover for Kojakx with the play-by-play. Small Squid, a nice Diva Bomb on Infinite Soul. There's the rally though, popped by Echo, forcing Expandable Academy to back up, and that they're just gonna be able to walk all over the point as they die one by one.
Alrighty, I'm here. Just sorry about that. Just loading into the map. We got EXPA in the red and CTA in the. Okay, alrighty. Just trying to get myself up to date.
Yep.
How you doing,
Expa's
Prez?
Chinese is in the red. I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing good. It's been a long day.
Has indeed. But Chinese Takeout Academy gonna be going up against the grab bomb combo, and there's the grab followed by the bomb. Gonna transcend to respond, and there's Pats going down.
And then with a good self-destruct there on to Pats. The hammer comes out from, looks like it came out from Kiwoo there on Chinese Takeout Academy. It's just gonna go ahead and let out that rally to keep his team alive. Luxury Yacht holding that sound barrier, making sure, you know, he wants to make sure that happens at the right moment. Infinite Soul, however, does win the Brigitte to Brigitte. So gonna be able to take out that support, putting a good little word in, and you'll see Chinese Takeout go ahead and back out and wait for their brig to come back.
They are indeed, but hey, this is really good for them. They held on to the grab bomb combo, and now they have it with plenty of time in the bag. They can use the grab bomb combo, get a kill, and even if they don't push it all the way, they'll have the card advantage and look for another fight to really secure the win. But we're gonna see that.
This is a difficult choke for people to break sometimes, due to the fact that you can only come through these two small doors or the main route. So what's your take on this kind of slow rolling ghost v goats attack here?
Well, I mean, slow is exactly what Expandable wants. They want to burn as much time off the clock as they can, but Chinese Takeout Academy, they don't want that at all, and they're only using the rally there, which is really nice from both teams. But now, you lost your big advantage in having the grab bomb available for Chinese Takeout, and now Expandable is going to have one of their own. It's really just going to come down to who uses it first and who uses it the most efficiently.
Yeah, and Chinese Takeout definitely with the advantage on that take, because you know, they've got 4 ultimates, almost 5 with Kiwi, almost back up to that Earth Shatter. And you've only got the 3, maybe 4 online right now for Expandable Academy. But hey, man, maybe this is where I eat my words, but the shield's up! And Kiwi gonna be able to keep this team alive as the self-destruct from Zed does come out onto the team, opposing self-destruct. Trying to get something done, but nothing will happen there. Well, they're not really able to find any kills. Infinite Soul once again winning it out over on Echo as the hammer comes down from Dope. Waffles as he gets some Dope shatters. No kills, however. They do get the D-suit onto Small Squid, so that will be a bit of a blow to Chinese Takeout. They're in a bit of a tricky situation here as Kiwi goes down. And once again, Expandable Academy is going to rally themselves together, literally, and get the defense.
No, I really like how Infinite Soul is using the rally here. He makes sure he uses it to win the fight, but you have the rally, so at the very end, those 30 seconds, that should be about as long as it takes for Chinese Takeout to re-engage. And even if they want to wait out the rally armor, that's fine for EXPandable because they just want to burn the clock here. But Pat's gonna have the Graviton Surge and no support ults to counter it. On either side, actually, only the Grav online for both teams.
I was gonna say it's Grav v Grav. It's like, I remember the old school days of having the Reinhardt Shatter battles, and now it's all about the Grav battle. And here it comes, coming straight out of the gate from Nunn, trying to keep them away from the payload as long as possible. Pats, however, still holding on to that Grav, waiting and hoping that Smol can work up that self-destruct. Maybe we can get a little bit of a rally popped in there. They want a combination of some sort. There it goes. The Grav comes out, does not get eaten up. They're looking to get everything swing through with Kiwi. Kiwi now has the Shatter on board, swings it out, grabs a good bit of the team. The rally as well from Echo, but Echo falls to Dope Waffles on that charge. She's not going to be able to keep herself alive. Self-destruct high up in the sky, but it's not going to find anybody this time as Dope Waffles take down his counterpart in Kiwi. And right now, EXPandable Academy making a good argument to keep Chinese Takeout Academy off of the payload 100% here.
They are indeed, and they're gonna hold them on third point. But hey, not a bad attack from Chinese Takeout. They got it far enough, and really, they just want to look to hold them here on the first point. Maybe running that floats composition again, where you can abuse the high ground and just really prevent EXPandable from trying to walk all over you. So, Chinese Takeout going to be defending now, wants to just at least prevent them from capping the third point. But hey, you know, you always want that full hold here on Numbani.
Yeah, it's always nice and neat and pretty to be able to say, yep, they couldn't get the point. We didn't have to worry about Street's face. We're good. You know, that's kind of always what you want. But if they don't get it, you know, in my history with Overwatch and watching Overwatch, the Streets phase here on Numbani is one of the most difficult, I'd say, positions to defend. It's not too common that you find teams that are getting holds within the Street phase. They either get it here on first point or just after the Streets phase there on the choke where we saw EXPandable Academy and Chinese Takeout, you know, duke it out just a second ago.
Definitely. However, looking at this comp coming out from EXPandable, a Doomfist Sombra dive, very interesting. Of course, Doomfist did get nerfed not about 2-3 patch notes ago, and so it'll be interesting to see just how they respond. But no, Infinite Soul gonna be going on the Genji, and however, it's very weak against the Goats composition. I think Infinite Soul's gonna be forced to switch onto a Brigitte or a Zarya here.
Yep, looks like we're gonna see Zarya from Nuns.
Yep, just a plain Goats v Goats here. Nice scouting from Nunsaval, you know, telling his team where everyone is. But they just burned 30 seconds off the clock, Chinese Takeout, by just standing there. So I mean, hey, they're not complaining.
No, and I mean nobody got any ult charge or anything like that, but they're gonna be quite quick to get into the battle. Dope Waffle's coming out of that doorway, hot and heavy, not gonna find what he wants. He's gonna be able to back out so he can be healed up by his supports. Luxury Yacht and Dine doing their best to keep their team alive in this close quarters combat fight, but it's not too difficult for Chinese Takeout Academy to just kind of sit on this high ground and pick them off. Luxury Yacht, one of the first ones to go down, and that's the last one you want to see go down. Infinite Soul, Dine, the whole support line now.
Yeah, but I really want to talk about Pats there. He got high charge so quickly, eating a Zen volley with his bubble, and then bubbling his Reinhardt to protect him from the damage. And then, well, a lot of Zaryas, they would just hold left click into a room like that. He noticed that the Ryan shield was down from Dope Waffles, and he spammed right clicks in, which not only builds his ult really quickly, but it does that AoE damage, which is so important in a Goats v Goats matchup.
Alright, puts him in a situation where he can pull out a Graviton like this, pulling out those left kicks and right clicks, trying to take out Dine. Dine gets taken out by Kiwi, and the rest of the team falls quite quickly after like a stack of dominoes. There's a Zarya there off on the side, but it's okay. Echo says goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
And look at that. Pats, he used the Graviton. He's 15% on it before anyone in EXPandable Academy even has an ultimate. Dope Waffles just now having that Earth Shatter, but the ult advantage is clearly with Chinese Takeout.
I mean, when you're able to get into your cycle of ultimates before the other team gets into their ultimates, you're in a good position. That's where CTA is right now with Pats. Echo and Kiwi, however, that's going to be a different story. There goes the rally from Echo to hype everybody up for the rest of this fight. They know Kiwi has the shatter. They're backing off. Dope Waffles, however, not going to be able to find an opening for his own shatter. They will give Zyndine the Transcendence, but it's not too much of a consolation prize because, you know, V's got his as well. Pats, however, gets caught on the side on the high ground, so Zyndine going to be able to get a quick kill there. They're going to let the Graviton come out from None So Vile. See if they're going to find any kills from that. Kiwi will go down. Now they're up 2. Self-destruct comes out from Small Squid.
And it's big!
Evens the scales, takes out 2 supports. That's something you really don't want to see if you're Expandable Academy. Zyndine, however, the last remaining support, going to go ahead and go headhunting onto Echo, finding that kill onto the Brigette. And Expandable Academy now making an argument that they want point A. It's not going to be an easy full hold. We're not going to let you just bully us. They look to bring this back, you know? There goes Zed, however, gets the self-destruct as well onto Small Squid in that tiny little moment where Small Squid isn't in the mech. Shin gets a little bit of a kill, but it's not going to do too much because Expandable Academy right now, it's a 2v6 on point. Reinhardt trying to make an argument to do something, but None So Vile says, sit down, son, and go
What
back
a
to
kill on Shinrock guy. He used a sound barrier, but he immediately got killed as he was using it. What a play from None So Vile. But I really want to talk about Expandable Academy there. They go down main, they hear the rally from Echo, and they immediately kite back with that speed boost and use the high ground, walk all over Pats, and they were able to just snowball it from there. Really nice play and a really heads-up play from them.
Speaking of a snowball, None So Vile getting pretty far ahead. Does take the L as far as his life goes, but that's not too much of an issue. He does build up the Graviton, and that's the important thing out of that encounter.
Yes, but Pat's gonna have his. And the big thing here, Small Squid has the Diva Bomb, while ZD does not. And when you have that Grav Bomb combo, it's just so powerful, especially when there's no sound barrier for Luxury Yacht. But here's the grab from both teams, and both transes are coming out.
Yep, duo grab, duo trans means not much is going to happen. Small Squid, however, going to be able to get the up and end of that equation. Getting 1 kill out of that self-destruct. It's something. The rally pops out from Echo. That's going to be late. Infinite Soul, however, going to match the rally at the exact same time. So both Brigs doing the best that they can to keep their teams alive. Dope Waffles will D-next Small Squid. So now you got a Baby Diva on the field. That's going to be just about it, though. Chinese Takeout Academy able to kind of put a standstill to this push at the beginning of this corner. Dope Waffles will fall to Pats as Pats goes on a tear, taking not 1 but 2 members out of the team and pushing them back to their spawn door.
1 Earth Shatter from Kiwi, picking up 3 off of it. And this is a really good positioning from Chinese Takeout. Yes, you're sitting right next to Expandable spawn, but even if you lose this fight, you have another at the very end of point B where you can try and prevent them from even having a chance at point C, which is just so important. They recognize the win condition is prevent them from capping, prevent them from even getting to point C. But it looks like Expandable Academy is going to be taking the right side here, trying to, you know, mix things up a bit, but Chinese Takeout is expecting it.
You know what, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it's broke, fix it. And that's what they're trying to do. They're taking a different approach here. They don't necessarily catch Chinese Takeout unawares, but they are able to get them into a position that they weren't ready to defend. Echo gonna fall to Infinite Soul once again in that Forget 1v1 duel. And now it's a 6v5, losing one of their most important members of GOATs. There goes a confusing Earth Shatter from Dope Waffles. He doesn't really find anybody. Some would say a misclick. I might say just a bad decision.
Maybe he was trying to bait us Portal. Who knows?
But, well, they still have the space. That's what matters. He still made the space.
But Pats and Small Squid both have their ultimate. They want to combo this again. None So Vile not quite at his Graviton here. They need to get it off early. And there's the grab. There's the shatter. And there's the bomb.
No, the bomb, however, not going to be able to find anybody because the shield was still standing at the end of it. Counter bombs and C to boot. Not going to find any kills either. Graviton comes out from None So Vile. Dope Waffles gets the charge through it. However, gets Shinrakai. And there goes Pats taking on Infinite Souls. And they're about to even up the scales. They're hunting that Zenyatta. Pats looking for another kill onto another support. Not going to find that kill on the Zenyatta, but it's going to get cleaned up there at the end.
But now we're in the very last fight. No one's going to be able to touch it. Looks like no, they're able to touch, but they're at a disadvantage here. Expandable Academy is.
Imbecile trying to come back on the Doomfist instead of the Brigette, but gets kind of gated off there by Pats in the encounter. He's also there onto the Zenyatta. Pats right now being the MVP of Chinese Takeout Academy on this defense, fighting without a support, without a team up here at the spawns. But however, it's gonna be it's gonna be Expandable Academy that's currently winning it on the fight. But no, There goes Pats again!
Pats has just been absolutely insane on this Zarya, and Chinese Takeout Academy gonna go up and win it 3-1. An excellent match, and an excellent play from both teams, honestly. I know you weren't here for the holding Schtitle, but it was a very back and forth. Despite 3-1 seeming like a pretty dominant record, it was honestly so close.
Yeah, I wish I'd been able to be here for the rest of it. I mean, what I got to see was fun. I mean, that was great.
Definitely. Zinedine, look at that healing though. As a Zenyatta, that's so much healing you're doing, especially with nearly half of it coming from your trans. That just shows good play right there. However, as Chinese Takeout Academy do win that 3-1, that is going to be all we have for you tonight. An excellent match from both teams. Thank you, Schtitle, for co-casting with me, coming in the last second. Thank you, SilentMarine, for producing for us. I hope you all did enjoy the match. If you did, make sure you go check out the others on the Owlet Tournament Twitch. There were some great ones, I'm sure, that are going to happen. And we'll see y'all later. Bye.
Have a good one.